Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Will the Silicon Valley Bank collapse lead to the collapse of Ripple? Well, I'm not here to spread FUD. I'm just here to show you the information that's been presented. And it's kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. Do I think it's going to be the end of Ripple? I don't think so. And I really hope not, because I think us as XRP investors, it's not something that we want, because we all do think that Ripple are good stewards of the XRP token. So it's not something I would want to see personally, but I want to give you this information. And I think we're due to find out very soon. But, my head is telling me no. I think Ripple is a very big company, so I really would be surprised if this is something that would end them. But let's get into this so we can discuss it a bit further. So it's actually in regards to a tweet from David Schwartz, who's the CTO of Ripple. So he's replying to a tweet from Circle, who are the creators of USDC, which is currently going through a bit of a dilemma due to, again, Silicon Valley Bank going into collapse. It's led to USD coin being depegged because there's been a bank run. So, Circle said, Silicon Valley Bank is one of the 6 banking partners Circle uses for managing the 25% portion of USDC reserves held in cash. While we await clarity on how the FDIC receivership of SVB will impact its depositors, Circle and USD will continue to operate normally. Okay, so David Schwartz replied, great. Quick question though. Are you solvent? Then we had someone reply to David Schwartz here saying, does Ripple have any exposure in regards to Silicon Valley Bank? And David Schwartz said, we're going to issue a statement. I can't really say anything until we do that officially. Okay. And this is where the cause for concern comes in, right? So, I'll say this. I believe it was Brad Garlinghouse at one point said that Ripple have like $1 billion in the bank. Okay? So they're a very big company. But the question is do they have the whole billion in Silicon Valley Bank? Because if so, then that's very concerning, right? Now, I would like to think that a company with that kind of money would be spreading their money out. The reason being is because in the case of these kind of situations, you're only insured to receive a certain amount of money back if a bank is due to collapse. So I'm not sure what the American rate is, but I know in the UK it's like £85,000. So what a lot of people would do, companies and stuff like that, is they'd spread it across different banks. So obviously the more accounts you have, the more amounts of money you can recover if one of the banks do go insolvent, right, into liquidation. But let's put it like this. Let's say America is similar, so it's $85,000 to like $100,000. If you've got $1 billion, like how many accounts would you be spreading that around? So it's more than likely that you're gonna have more than just the insured amount in the bank, right? Because the amount of accounts you would have to try and match $1 billion, well, it's more than likely it's not even possible. There's probably just not even enough banks for you to even to cover that much money. So their exposure is probably going to be higher than what the insured amount is. And who knows, it might be that they have the whole amount in that bank. I'd like to think that they wouldn't have, been that short-sighted. I'd like to think that they wouldn't, and I don't think they would, being such a big company. I'm sure this is something that probably, be trying to combat against just in case. But you can never say never. We don't know, right? And the fact that like David Schwartz is, being very close-mouthed on it, saying they're going to issue a statement, I mean, that makes it sound like it's a big deal. I'd be quite surprised if they, release a statement to say, hey, just to let you know, we're all fine. We're not with Silicon Valley Bank at all. It's like, do you really need to issue a statement then to say that? You know, I don't know. Maybe they just bring it out and say, hey, just to let you know, we don't bank with them, so this hasn't affected us at all. Maybe, but it sounds like the way David Schwartz has said this, it sounds like a bit of a dramatic thing to say we're going to issue a statement if it's not really impacted them in any way, shape or form. The other thing I will say is Silicon Valley Bank is the bank for the fintech sector. Like, it's the big bank. This is where, like, Apple, Facebook, all these types of companies, all these tech companies, this is their bank. Like, it's designed for Silicon Valley, right? It's Silicon Valley Bank. So it would make me think that they are going to be banking with them to some degree. So the question I would say is, to what degree do they bank with them? To what degree could the exposure be? Like, could it be enough that it really damages their business? You know, I don't know. And it's going to be a sitting, you know, impatiently waiting to hear what this statement is. And, you know, I'd like to think because of how big Ripple are, that yes, it may make a bit of an impact to them, but not enough to completely damage their business. But we've got to just say we're living in the real world here. Like, there's going to be countless companies who are going to be affected from this Silicon Valley Bank collapse. Make no mistake about that. There's going to be numerous banks that are going to be companies that are going to be affected by this. So we can't really just bury our head in the sand here. We've got to accept that fact. And it is possible that Ripple could be one of these companies affected. I really hope not. But there's a chance. There is a chance. So I'm putting this out not to, you know, I don't want to scare anyone. I'm just presenting the information. This is just information that's here. So I'm just showing you literally what has been said on Twitter. I hope, you know, things will be fine. I really do. I hope for the best. But I'm not going to say I'm expecting the worst, but I'm kind of not going into this with my eyes closed. I'm waiting for this statement thinking, I wonder what this information will be. I wonder what it will be. So if you was to ask me, I'd like to think they're much more prepared. So I think, yes, will it hit them if they are banking with them? Yes, I do think it will hit them. But I'd like to think that they're well prepared enough that it's not going to be something that will completely destroy their business, that where they're not overexposed to Silicon Valley Bank. But yeah, I can't act like there's not going to be countless companies that are. So, you know, it doesn't mean that Ripple are going to be immune to that. So yeah, just thought I'd put this out there, just showing people, because, you know, I just want people to have the information. You know, I think it's good that we all see the reality, and this just shows you how big this Silicon Valley Bank situation really is, and we're seeing the ripple effects of it now. No pun intended. So yeah, we'll see. But here's hoping. You know, Ripple are a big company, so we'd have to take quite a dent to really take them out of business. So fingers crossed. Yeah, we hope for the best. But what do you guys think? Have you seen this tweet from David Schwartz? Do you think they're going to just end up saying, hey, just to let you know, we've got no exposure, we're all absolutely fine? Or do you think, yeah, maybe they'll take a dent and they'll be fine, it'll be enough for them to take the hit but to be able to keep on going? Or do you think this is marking the end for Ripple? Do you think they're going to be overexposed and this is going to just dent them too hard for them to be able to recover from? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. You know, maybe you guys may have seen anything that I may not have seen. So I'd like to hear any kind of information I can get on this. And until then, we wait for the statement. But thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did like this, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. But until the next one, take care.